This is an informational podcast in regard to the tentative agreement between the Paradise Valley Unified School District and the Paradise Valley Education Association. It is in regard to the Blue Book, page 6, in regard to length of contract. Though as you read this language you may become incredibly concerned as to what occurred with the length of contract, I'm here to assure you that there has been no change in the length or intent of this language as reflected inside the present bargaining agreement. As it ended up, the numbers were not adding up inside the present bargaining agreement, but let me describe what this means and what this language means. This is in reference to the first week of school before students arrive. There are 5 days of work that you're expected to be at. One of those days, usually the Tuesday, but not set in stone, is dedicated to something going on with the district. There are 2 other days which are assigned to the site for the nuts and bolts discussions of what occurs at the site. Then there are 2 days, usually the Thursday and the Friday, where teachers are expected to be on campus doing professional preparation. Now, as advice to the teachers, professional preparation requires you to be at the site. When it comes to contract law, there really is no provision for flex time or something of that nature unless there's an agreement made between you and the principal inside the school that you won't be coming in till a certain time or perhaps leaving at a certain time. It is suggested that it is expected of you to be on campus doing bulletin boards, preparing for classes, meeting as grade level teams, meeting as departments, whatever that site determines between the teachers as to what should be happening between those 2 days, except for 1 hour on one of those days, which might be determined by the principal as to what occurs at that time. Also referenced in this section is the fact that there is one conference work day. That is the Friday that elementary school and middle school teachers receive off for doing nighttime conferences during conference week. Because there are normally 2 evening conferences, there is one work day. By law, we can't say that that day is technically off. That day was done at other times, the nighttime conferences, and that is the reason why the Friday is received off. There's also a note here in regard to the end of the school year day, which is one day at the very end of the school year where things are wrapped up. That is considered a work day by contract, which is why it must be delineated inside the language. So there's no change in the intent or the length, but just a reiteration of what the expectations are during those first 5 days of work in a given school year. Thank you.